Well, hello and welcome to the vlog. We thought we should do this vlog this week because it is 10 years since we got in a van and drove across Europe and arrived in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And let's talk about that. What do you remember?
I remember. Well, I remember when the van turned up at Matt's parents' house and we had all this stuff that we were going to put in it, and then half the stuff didn't fit. So then we had to think about what are we actually going to take, what are we going to leave behind, how are we going to get everything in.
And the fact that some things were already packed in the van, so they were going whether we wanted them or not.
Yeah.
Some very quick decisions were made on guitars and bass guitars at that moment, amongst other things. That's what I remember for me, anyway.
Yeah, I don't really remember what we left behind. Coat hangers, maybe. Like, there were some stupid things that we packed like that we left behind. That was good.
I think if we were going to say something to anybody who's thinking of packing their life in a van and travelling across Europe, it would be, you probably don't need it. There's probably literally 101 things that we have in our house now that we didn't need to bring, but we did bring. And you don't know that at the time. And it didn't matter. This is my first part of our road trip movie. We've left England and we're halfway to France. We're going to land at Dunkirk in about an hour's time. All the way from Horsham to Dover. Just thinking about, actually this is not a holiday, we're really leaving. Yeah, so we got in a van, we got in later than we were going to, and there started a journey into a whole new understanding of time and deadlines, I think. It's fair to say, isn't it?
Yep.
And yeah. Well, like we will show you bits and pieces of the video we made when we made the journey. It's actually warm here today, and tomorrow, as we hit sort of Croatia and Bosnia, it's going to be hotter still. We're just about to do the last leg, try and get into Austria to Linz to sleep for the night. Of course, it's very late, too late really to be looking for hotel accommodation, and Jamie, who actually speaks German, is off doing a business with some taxi drivers trying to get some directions and stuff, but it's all looking terribly like we're going to sleep in the van, which isn't great. Crazy day. Had to eat some food because it's been a long time since we ate.
What time are we having for breakfast?
10:30. You don't see that much of Rowan, unfortunately, in the video. It's from back in the day when I was editing on Movie Maker, and you had no ability to like layer one lot over the other. So I needed, as I remember my editing process, it was sort of like I need to narrate the story so the story makes sense. You've got a fixed length at that point you could upload on YouTube. It was in the days before hour-long videos, and it was really hard to tell a coherent story, and then no ability to cut away with me still narrating and other footage. So I watched it back the other day and I'm like, this doesn't show anything of the journey, it's just me talking. But there was a reason for that, but it's unfortunate.
Actually, Boris, have you got a socket set?
Well, I have a
Socket set? There's only 3 bolts, right?
I know.
And then you just spin it within the thing to see if it's locked up.
and then if it's not, put it back on again. I mean, I'd rather go to
Exactly.
the mechanic and let him do the work.
That's what I mean. That's all it's going to take to find out what, you know.
Okay, let me just call this girl and find out.
You can probably see the exasperation on my face at certain points, or the disbelief of what we were going through, or weren't going through, because we weren't going anywhere.
But it was fun though.
I was really good. It was genuinely
It was a
good.
fun journey, and we made good friends with the guy who drove us.
Yeah.
And we've seen him since as well, and like we keep in contact, little comments on Facebook and stuff, and he taught us a lot of things. It was fun.
It was, and I think the other thing is, you know, like, it's a really short plane journey from London to Sarajevo, which we could have done at that time. It would have been 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And it would have been a really hard change from living in the UK to arriving in Bosnia and Herzegovina. And what we've been told would be a 36-hour transit van ride from Horsham to Mostar turned into a 4 or 5 day adventure, which was actually a great way to kind of acclimatise and get used to what awaited us in Mostar, which was months of uncertainty about what on earth was going on. And so I think if we hadn't had that, yeah, it would have been a lot harder to make the transition. Don't ever find yourself in a position where you need to push start a transit van full of all of your worldly possessions, because it's not easy.
We've just discovered we're not going to be moving in where we thought we were, because the landlord's wanting to do something silly with the contract, and so yeah, we're going to move in somewhere else very briefly. I mean, arrive in Mostar in an hour or two and take it from there.
I remember that it was dark and we were going like round a windy mountain road, and then there was a big one of those brown tourist board signs saying, I don't know, however many miles or kilometres to Mostar, and there was a picture of the Starry Most on it, and I was like, oh, finally, we're nearly there. But then after that, it was at least like another half an hour. It probably said 30 kilometres to Mostar or something, and it was at least another half an hour before we got there. And then when we got to the house that we were going to be staying in, and that house had changed during our journey, so we were arriving somewhere different from where we originally thought we'd be arriving. And some of the Novi Most team were there to help us unpack our stuff. And then we packed into the van the stuff from the other people who'd been living in that house, which was then going to go back to England, which included random things like a palm tree. And then we went to bed.
This is where our journey ends. The place where we're going to be staying for the next month. And all our stuff is in it. Bargain.
There you go. So that's really it from us this week on the vlog. We just thought, 10 years, we need to mark the moment, you know.
And with that, Boris and his van was off, followed by a load of Niver.
Do give us a big thumbs up for tens of everything, and leave us a comment or a question if you want to know more. Check out the old video, which you'll see at the end of this, and do remember that together we do adventure, and we'll see you next time.